Так, продолжаем с того момента, где нас дропнуло. Если что, снова. Так, ну все, теперь там мы тпшимся. Спасибо. От ломки мы избавимся.
President Kimball survived his... Don't you love seeing the lucky third... Exciting news! The Legion's massing troops... Sure, no problem. So long as the Legion doesn't attack...
Так, ну все.
Be advised, NCR President...
Идем в люкс. Забираем тебя. Или не тебя. А хрена с два мы кого-то из них берем, мешать будут только. Идем в казино. Так. Оружейником. ТПшимся. Так, ну что ж, собираем приколы. Крупнокалиберка мне не нужна. Буна я с собой не хочу брать, мало ли он умрет. У него будет счастливая концовка, так и быть. Так, экспансивочек. Что еще берем? Авенджера берем. Ну и все, наверное, этими патронами заполнимся. Отлично.
If you're planning to stay a while.
Так, ремонтный набор. Так, и возьмем, наверное, еще пару стелсбоев. $1600, 2000. Да поехали. Как раз импланты обновились. Ну что, сейчас мы увидим плоды наших трудов. Там можно было бы еще, конечно, братство подтянуть, но я не знал об этом. До вчерашнего дня, наверное.
Are you ready to head for... Great! So I've been looking over... It turns out there are... You could route the dam's power output to the facility under Fortification Hill. That'll wake up the Securitron army you left on standby and give us enough force to push... The other option is destroy the dam's generators. Without those, it's just a big bunch of concrete. You don't have to decide yet. For now, all you have to do is take this override module. Good luck.
Поехали. Ну что ж. Fallout. Боевой напиток. Винт гидра. Облако на похуй. Так, дурман защита. Богомола чистота съедим. Паста зелья. РП. Паса кровяной. Мартини, медикс, ментаты, мясо яугая. Праздничные ментаты. Психа. Радикс. Ракета. Рикошет. Ритуальное зелье. Сахарные бомбы. Слэшер. Сток. Стейкен морковь. Выстрел сбой. Не знаю, это по приколу снимем. Табачную жвачку. Мясо. Ультравинт. Поехали. Ускорение времени, еще какая-то способность была все это время. Еще дольше турбо. О, аркейд.
What's up?
Ебать, здорово. Так, нам не в подсобку. Нам вообще вниз как-то. Ебаный рот. А, ебать. Это ханы. Так, мне надо как-то вниз спуститься, а я забыл как. Но вроде помнил, что вход был здесь. Вроде в лифте был вход. Туплю. Не, хорошо, туплю. Куда, блядь, надо? А где этот зал управления? Ага, мне на дамбу. Хорошо.
You shouldn't be here.
Hi! I'm unlocking the east power.
Пусть воюют. Здорово. Гидродурман, защита, имитаты, ракета, рикошет, слэшер, спок. Понял. Переходные бафы закончились. Так. Дурман, защита. Так. Ракета, рикошет. Ритуальное зелье на похеру. Бомба, слэшер, спок. Поехали. Туда показывает. прямо на меня летела. Ты горишь, дед? Бля, я боюсь туда идти. Все, достаточно одной бомбежки. Я не видно, все горит, блять. Отставить бомбежку. Хозяин перед вами, блядь, бомбежку отставить, я сказал.
An envoy of Vegas, yet you carry yourself for battle. I see you fight with words, like all beneath the... So you seek order. Your weakness?
You better get moving, kid. There's bad guys to kill.
Так. Ага. Бля, я турбо съел.
Caesar on the cross. Been a long time. And the screams of those Legion bastards as they kick dirt running east like a... Speaking of, that crazy light show over the fort? What the fuck was that? Some kind of thumb of God you called down? Amazing. Could use 100 of you. Just scatter you over the east like Jack.
Ебать, тут его троллить можно.
And, Guess it ain't no secret how you, I say, can you ask them to put their weapons down? I would sooner spit on the grave of my dead mother than... Who the hell do you think you are? Looking to cash your chips to the... Look, I know you're riding high right now, but let me tell you. You've been far enough west, I'm guessing, to know how far that claw stretches. You want me to make tracks out of here? No. I came for a fight. Right now, that's all that's standing there. Well, they w- This is... Do you know what you're doing? Making a nation like you think you're doing ain't like Think you got the guts to carve out a frontier? Build towns, protect the roads, run supply... Hell. Can't believe we got suckered by some road jockey. I know what those robots of yours can do on a bad day. But if you're taking this place, you better hope you can hold it. I'll give... So if NCR comes at you, and it will, pray you're ready. Fine.
You did a super job wrapping. I didn't want to make a big deal. I found some code snippets in one of Mr. House's databanks that will let me, So that's what I'm going to be doing. And it's going to take me a while, so it'll see. I've updated the Securitron's targeting parameters, so that's where I'll be. Off making a few... We accomplished a lot together.
And so the courier who had cheated death
Easy.
in the cemetery outside
20 попыток.
cheated death once again. And the Mojave
64
wasteland
стрима.
was forever
Ебать.
changed. The courier, with the aid of Yes Man, drove both
И
the
игра
Legion
пройдена.
and the NCR
А
for
что ты?
Hoover Dam, securing New Vegas's independence from both factions. With Mr. House out of the picture,
Это
part of the Securitron
прикол
army was
какой-то.
diverted to the Strip to keep order. Any chaos on the streets was ended. Quickly. Chaos became uncertainty, then acceptance with minimal loss of life. New Vegas assumed its position as an independent power in the Mojave. Supporting the ideals of independence, the courier was recognized
Куда,
as the
сука,
woman
ходит этот
responsible
чел?
for a truly free New Vegas. She ensured that Mr. House's tyranny was broken, and that neither Caesar's Legion nor NCR would ever gain control over New Vegas.
Tabitha and Rhonda went east, through Caesar's land. Occasionally, tales of their exploits found their way back west, though few believed them. Eventually, the stories concerning the duo were collected and published, and proved to be quite popular with children.
Convinced that his time as a gunslinger was past, Raoul made peace with the idea of growing old. After traveling with the courier for a time, he retired and settled down in Outer Vegas, where he would spend his days fixing ancient machinery.
Though the wasteland became anarchic after Hoover Dam, the Boomers' display of power dissuaded fortune seekers from attempting to penetrate Nellis.
Veronica put her moral sensibilities aside and supported the Brotherhood's new campaign of aggression as best she could. Yet, deep down, she understood that it meant their end would surely be soon to follow.
After the courier ensured New Vegas remained free, the followers found that independent Vegas was even more unstable and violent than before. Old Mormon Fort became excessively burdened by the influx of patients, struggling to provide even the most basic of services.
Arcade was proud to have been one of the defenders who helped repel the Legion from Hoover Dam. He was prouder still to see the area freed from the shackles of the NCR and Mr. House. Though independence for New Vegas was not all he hoped it could be, Arcade used his Enclave knowledge and technology to keep order wherever he could.
With New Vegas's independence formally declared, Goodsprings thrived. More travelers stopped by Goodsprings on their way to and from the Strip, and the locals grew prosperous from the traffic.
Rose of Sharon Cassidy died as her caravan died. In an unmarked grave,
Я случайно ее убил. Я не помню, чего она умерла, но она умерла.
After their suicidal last stand at Hoover Dam, the Great Khan ceased to exist as a tribe. The few surviving members dispersed, joining up with other tribes and gangs across the Mojave, and quickly forgot their heritage.
Thanks to the Courier and Lily, a cure for the Nightkin's schizophrenia was found shortly after Dr. Henry's experiment concluded. Nightkin and other super mutants in the wasteland flocked to Jacobstown, and the town became known as a haven where a mutant could find peace.
Lily continued to take her medicine at half doses, and although she remembered her grandchildren, her mind remained muddled and confused. Eventually, she parted ways with the Courier and traveled west, seeking the remnants of her past.
The Kings retained their control of Freeside, and while they continued to favor the needs of locals, they tolerated the citizens of the defeated NCR.
Shaped up by the Courier's advice, the Misfits distinguished themselves during the Legion's attack on Camp Golf. Mags was finally promoted to Sergeant, and the rest of the Misfits received an official commendation. They continued to serve with distinction for many years.
Though NCR was withdrawing from the region, Boone remained in New Vegas, finding work as a security guard and caravan scout along the highways. While he might have preferred rejoining his old unit, Boone couldn't bring himself to abandon the city where he'd met his wife.
The NCR, battered by the loss of the dam, were unable to devote any troops to retaking the correctional facility from the Powder Gangers. As a result, Powder Ganger raids on caravans became an unfortunate fact of life in the Mojave for years to come.
Armed with a wide array of improvised explosives and stolen weapons, the Vault 19 Powder Gang tormented the Mojave wasteland for years. Citizens of the NCR were favorite targets, and they always suffered the worst fates.
After Hoover Dam, Sheriff Myers runs Prim with his own style of frontier justice. He deals with most folks fairly, but now and then someone winds up dead with little to no evidence against them.
Despite distinguishing themselves during the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, the Rangers' victory was short-lived due to the Courier's interference. Chief Hanlon personally directed the evacuation of the Rangers to Mojave Outpost as they fell back into NCR territory. Bitter over the waste of life in the Mojave, Hanlon stepped down from his post. After a campaign in which he denounced Oliver's and Kimball's hawkish, imperialist ways, Hanlon was elected as the Senator of Reading. After their bold arrival at Hoover Dam, the remnants disappeared as quickly as they came. Legends of their power spread throughout the Southwest, a reminder of why people once feared the sight of vertibirds in the sky.
And so the Courier's road came to an end, for now. In the new world of the Mojave Wasteland, fighting continued, blood was spilled, and many lived and died just as they had in the old world. Because war never changes.
Ну что ж. Отлично. Мы прошли игру. Без смертей. В 20-й попытке. Но все же прошли. Всем спасибо, кто присутствовал на трансляции, либо будет просматривать это в записи. Отличного настроения, удачи и пока-пока. И еще одна маленькая новость наконец. Стримы отложатся примерно на 13 месяцев. Так что ничего нового, какое-то время не ждите. Как только пройдет это время, мы вернемся с Fallout 4, скорее всего. А так, всем спасибо, удачи и пока-пока.